Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It says, if your wealth, your health, and your kids, and your beloved tijaret, and your children's, and one you give more values, if they are more important and valuable than Allah's sake, and wait for Judgment Day, tomorrow Judgment Day. So how the person can have to balance this, because everyone challenging with this?
Not really. If you have a shaykh, it becomes very easy. If you have a shaykh and you attend the sohbats, because our way is also according to sohbat. These questions that you're talking about, they're very real questions. They're not questions about spirituality or mysticism. How do I make my life to be for the sake of Allah? How do I make my children's lives, my family's life, my wealth, my health, everything for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Yes, we have the examples of the Sahabi Kiram, but you can never come close to what they are doing and how they do it. But they had a shaykh, which is the Prophet, so they know. If you don't have a shaykh, it's just an idea that you have. One day you hit, one day you miss. When you have a guide, you will ask, I'd like to do this. Sometimes he says, good. Sometimes he says, don't worry about it. Some they say, I want to leave everything and come here. Shaykh says, not now. Stay over there. Because their heart is here. And they understand that is a guide. He's going to guide us what to do to make Allah happy. So now I'm going to ask him. Some he says come, some he says go. Some he says stay. Some he sends them away. Some he says do this, then later he says do that. So the idea now is how much you're going to make that guide to be your guide. Or is that someone that you are just going to make zikr with? You understand? And it changes. It's not like over here we're saying everyone should be here, everyone should do this. No, everyone is different. And the Shaykh is also going to look to see what is your capacity that you can carry. Maybe your will is a lot, but your capacity is very little. Maybe you have a lot of capacity, but your will is very little. Then that time it says, if you continue with this, because you have a big capacity, big potential, but your will is very little, if the Shaykh doesn't push you a little bit with that capacity, the wolves and the hyenas will grab you and you enter into the dunya even more. So they give sohbat. They don't give advice, they give sohbat. Only Prophet gives advice. So now your heart has to wake up also. And they're patient. They say something. They're willing to sit and wait for years. So now slowly you understand what it means to make Allah and His Prophet center in your life. How you make your Shaykh center to be in your life. Not once a month, every month, day to day. You understand? This is not for everyone also. Of course we know that. But there is no one size fits all for everyone too. But this is also the way of love. Once you fall in love, you say, that's it, no more question. It has to be this way. It has to be this way. There's no other question about it. So, if you're crying when the Shaykh cries, if you laugh when he laughs, if you worry when he worries, meaning you know his liver, you know his heart. You try to get close, not because if I get close, wow, my station is high. If I get close, I'm very important. You understand? Not running for competing. or show. Because closer you are to the Shaykh, more fire you have on yourself. It's not easy. And especially if you know what he's carrying, if you know what he's thinking, your head will explode. If you know what he's carrying, you just shake your head. Yes? And you see how this can be. How can he be normal? Then that time your heart will change a little bit. Then you will say, what can I do? I love him. What can I do? Let me try to do this. Let me try to do that. Let me try to do that. And when you start doing those things, you'll find yourself entering into his heart. Then that time, you become trustworthy. Doesn't matter if you're here or there, close or very far away, but you become trustworthy because you know what his mission is according to each capacity. And you run towards that. You don't have to know everything. But the closer you are to someone, the more you love someone, the more you have to know everything. And it's not going to be comfortable for you if you don't know what is going on. That means that you don't care. Yes? The one that you love is not walking properly, you say, what's wrong? You want to know. If it's looking like this, if it's unhealthy, if it's sick, you want to know. So that time, you will know what to do and how to place everything that you have, everything that you own. We are in the way of Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq. It's a very high way. He gave everything. We try, inshallah. Small things. We cannot be like that. We cannot carry what our Shaykh is carrying. We're not asking for that. But each according to their capacity, there is something that you can do. And when you are starting to do that, then you're starting to take care to each other too. Because you're looking at the Shaykh, and he's looking at you. He's not looking at himself. He's looking at you. One eye over there, one eye over here. Yes? One to Allah, and one to take care. So once you start looking at him properly also, you start seeing too also. You start seeing this, and you start seeing that, according to your capacity. And then you say, what other way is there? This is it. What other way to think, to act, to feel, to love than this? Then you will be happy. Although it may be very difficult, but you will be happy because it is not meaningless anymore. It has a meaning. And the meaning is for the highest one, the one who creates all meaning. You're not going to work, you're not loving, you're not having family, you're not doing that just because. And people do so many of these things without any meaning. You ask them why you're doing it, they say they don't know. Or the meaning that they give, it is very shallow meaning. And that time when you start doing that, you start to see both also. Then everything that you do, it has meaning. Even if it is going to the barn, or washing the bathroom, or washing the dishes. From the high to the low, it has meaning. Now it is not according to the size of the work, the job. It's according to how well you do it with what you have in front of you. Understand? You understand? You don't understand? I think so. I explained very simple English. Understand? Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.